Oh, Money Mike asked a question here.
Okay.
Is the national overrated with social media? Excuse me.
I, I mean, look,
I wouldn't say it's overrated.
with social media, the thing is you can always turn it off.
Hmm.
Sometimes you can have like two accounts where one's just for sports cards, one's for football, whatever, and maybe you could choose to stay away for a weekend. But it's tough to sift through it. You're right. There's a lot of people posting content, but in a way, that's what kind of has kept this hobby going is all the content
Yeah,
creators. So,
yeah. I think
I
it's
kind of
more.
enjoy it,
Uh-huh.
but I can also see if it's overwhelming.
Hmm.
You know,
And one thing I'll say too, Money Mike, is that like I know people that are there. We all know people that are there, right? So sometimes if I want to turn off the social media side, I may just text or call someone. Hey, how's it going? Get their synopsis. And there's some people. Not saying that people are. I don't trust their opinion. There's some people that I really. They're going to tell me what they're seeing, and I talk to them, and I'm good.
yeah.
And I only look at stuff on a need basis, or if I want to understand something, or like that 52 Mano. There's some real cool things going on there.
Yeah, and you got to
I'm
think
pretty
this
sure we
is
haven't even got to the weekend. There's gonna be some announcements this weekend that we
yeah, I
don't
mean
even know
this
about
is
yet.
like a Super Bowl week for collections,
That's
you
right.
know. So just imagine every February when the Super Bowl is going on, how quite honestly how much you get kind of tired of all the coverage and then the game starts and you're like, man, there's still a week left until this is done. But yeah, I mean, this is what everyone wants right now because whoever's not there can see all the good stuff that's there. Like you mentioned, that mantle. I mean, that thing it's the biggest card, period. Like so, that you get things like that at the national. But yeah, maybe next year I'll try to get out there. It's like, Atlantic City. There's so much going on that it's tough to book a week out. But you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I always say to me, this is just my humble opinion. I know there's a lot of people feel like a lot of FOMO, a lot of pressure. I've even talked around about in my family about this. I know people are feeling this right now, but no one can make everything. No one can be at every concert. We can't be at every baseball game. We can't be at every football game. So there's going to be nationals that come. You may have family stuff going on. You may have some other stuff going on. But like we're talking about here, it helps promote the hobby, push it forward, allow companies to showcase their items, give announcements on what's coming next. It's really the Super Bowl, like Cmon just says. The Super Bowl, like
Yeah, and you feel like you're there when you have like Ultimate Pastime and
yeah,
Sasha and Coleman cards and all these
mhm,
guys that have actually taken the trip over there and have booths and stuff and they're showing their W's and not so W's or whatever, just moving stuff. It's kind of fun content wise. It's not bad. It's the way of the new world. So you don't have to eat it up, but the good thing is you can always turn it off.
and it's getting bigger and bigger. Just from what I saw, like some pictures, the Whatnot booth is huge, impressive. We're gonna see more of that. I used to go to nationals, or let me say, I used to go to the national because people hate the S. Years ago, and it wasn't like this. It has changed. The social
Yeah,
media wasn't big, or there was no social media back then. So
yeah,
the national was going on. We're not sitting here looking at pictures and video or anything like that. And it was more of a memorabilia show, like the
yeah,
autographs. Oh, come on, this show. That's what
yeah.
people were in line getting signed. Cars were very small. They were there, but they were much smaller. And I can remember going to autograph shows and being so focused on the autographs. Like this was even back when I remember when Anthony Davis was a rookie. Around that time, second year, I went to the national, and I only went over to the cars to take a break from signings. If I had an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours in between, that's not what this is now. This is totally different. You
Totally
still have
different.
130 some athletes signing autographs.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people that will never enter that autograph pavilion that's there for cards.
And FD, did you see the PSA line for submissions for
Oh yeah.
cards?
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, people always talk about how the hobby is dying or it's getting bad or whatever. it's just like the rest of the world with stocks and NFTs and other things. Things have to fluctuate. Prices have to come up and down. And I know earlier, like last year, the year before, whatever, the prices were out of the roof. But that was just a whole different kind of a thing.
Yep.
There's plenty of people that are involved and interested in the hobby and collecting any kind of hobbies in general. So it's kind of crazy to see how backed up PSA's line is, but it just goes to show you how many people are getting involved and doing all those things.
Well, what was interesting is some of the cards that were turned around yesterday by PSA.
Yeah.
There was some big value cards turned around. The one Messi card was very impressive. The collector moved it from a BGS 9.5 10 autograph. It's a 101 Messi gold to a PSA 1010.
Ooh.
That's a huge move.
Wow.
That's a huge card.
That's the risk though, right? Yeah. Now if it comes back a 910 and then it's, the thing that kind of makes me wonder about that is it's just someone like, you or myself that have the experience are over there and they're getting paid to grade. Mm-hmm. So at one point or another, you got to think your own nerves affect how you grade certain things.
Oh, yeah.
So, if a guy's not having such a good day, that might be a 9, but maybe they're on the spotlight. That 10 maybe it was already a 10, but then, so for Beckett to have a 10, it has to be beyond pristine, right?
Yeah, beyond.
Yeah.
And then a black label is like very rare. So Beckett showed yesterday at the National their potential, what their new slabs look like.
Oof, yeah.
Have you seen this?
I saw it on Instagram. I mean, first reports are not looking great.
Now, let me try to pull this up here for those who may not have seen this. What do you think of them? What do you think of this concept?
Look, I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've
but
moved
they came out with a new logo.
Yeah, they came out with a new logo, and it's tough. I mean, it kind of makes me think that it's not for the best reasons, Mm-hmm. But that's just me. I thought they had a really nice logo moving, like clear. The encapsulated slabs are really nice. The silver, the clear, and they kind of adjusted. Before it was like black and whitish, mm-hmm. But now they're going a whole different way. So it's a business, and they're doing it. I mean, they might. You never know. They might really get hit for it, but it might be a success too. Maybe the young audience that likes to, open wax and stuff likes the Beckett, the B with the star, and yeah.
Hold on, let me pull this up. So this is on Beckett's Instagram. I hope everybody can see this. Let me see if I can get closer.
Yeah.
You can see there's the new B in their logo. You can see there's a new black label, what a 10 will look like, or a regular label. It just has I'm a person, man, where I embrace change, right? I always ask the question in my head, like when things start changing, how does the market take that?
Yeah.
I think if their process is the same, I would hope that the slab looking different doesn't change the value of the card. But I gotta believe also, put my business hat on, that Beckett's got to be backing us up with some other stuff.
Yeah, but I think this industry's driven by the collectors, right? And if the collectors join together, they could say, wow, these slabs are fantastic. Everyone buy them. And then it blows up. But if the initial reports, and the culture now is they don't like first. They don't, it's a dislike. Then they learn to like it maybe.
Yeah, true.
So, anytime you release something, I mean, I think Beckett maybe saw all these different companies creating these new slab looks and colors.
Especially CSG.
Yeah, CSG changed it up quick. They're like, ooh, the green and white's not working. Change it. So maybe like their brand's being a little diluted by these other companies, and they feel like they need to like rebrand a little.
And probably those two companies are CSG to me, and SGC are probably really squeezing Beckett.
Yep, because SGC, the price is pretty good and the return is quick. And
Well,
they're
you've seen this $10 million Mickey Mantle card.
yeah, you know how huge that is for them, the 9.5.
And then you also saw the Brady rookie in the CSG.
I did not see that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll
But,
have to check that out.
I told people about. I kid you not, and I'm not like I'm the biggest brain in the hobby, right? But I told people a while ago, if you want to affect your brand equity on a slab, right, get some high grade cards in those slabs. Let people envision that. Let people see, oh man, they got a $10 million Mickey Mouse. Now we know about the Hornet swag now, so SGC is no joke. We already know that.
Yeah.
But let me see some other cards from more recent years and some very popular players in the hobby, some legends in this slab. You see the Brady, it's like, wow, man, this is okay. So maybe now I'm gonna send my cards in that I think that are 4-figure, 5-figure, 6-figure cards. I'm gonna send those in.
Yeah.
And I can envision that as instead of before, it's just PSA, it's just Beckett.
Yeah. I mean, and think about an SGC with that mantle card. Imagine how much vintage just turns and goes that way because of that.
That's right.
You know?
Because
the
they already had a clamp at one point on vintage.
Right. With
Maybe
the Wagner.
The point says letting them know that clamp is getting away.
Right.
Let's solidify ourselves.
Yep. It's interesting. Yeah. But PSA is still the main, you know, I don't know. I think still PSA is still holding up with all the collectors, new collectors. But you never know. It could always change.
It can change because we saw before with Beckett and PSA were pretty much the same in market value, and now they're not. And one thing they're doing at the Mint, which is kind of, at the show that's going on right now,
National
is that they're letting you walk up and hold a mantle card.
That's crazy. That's
it's
crazy.
smart, man. It's smart.
Yeah.